Hi, I'm back. I'm reading the Q&A again, so I'll get started here. My business is still small and struggling. How do I implement the law of value without giving away the store? You don't have to be a high-ended business or deal in luxury goods to add stratospheric value. Ernesto's great restaurant example could be a fine dining establishment, but could just as easily be a sandwich counter or neighborhood coffee shop. A focus on providing exceptional value is behind the success of high-ended Mercedes-Benz and low-fare Southwest Airlines. Value is value, not price. Ernesto won acclaimed as the best dining experience in the city without hot dogs. Does being a go-giver mean I should consider giving away my products or services for free? While giving something away for free to begin or build upon a customer relationship can be a great marketing strategy, that's not being a go-giver. Ernesto charged for his hot dogs. Nicole's software has a price tag, and you can be sure that when Pender gives a keynote speech or coaches a Fortune 500 CEO, he charges a healthy fee. Being a go-giver doesn't mean you shouldn't profit from your work. If it did, there would be a lot of cold and hungry go-givers. I'm confused by the law of compensation. Is Nicole saying that being a good person doesn't really matter? Being a good person, however you define that, matters a great deal. It's just not what determines your income. Money is not a measure of your goodness or worthiness. It's a measure of your impact. Does placing another person's interest before your own being self-sacrificial? A giving spirit is not one of self-sacrifice, codependence, or martyrdom. Placing other interests before your own, making your win about the other person, as Sam says, doesn't mean negating your own needs and interests. It means trusting that when you focus on others, your needs will be taken care of too. And as people come to know you as someone who has others' interests first, that's exactly what will happen. I love the idea of living and working this way, but doesn't it take longer to get real results? Success in any endeavor naturally takes time to bring full fruition. That said, taking a go-giver approach often bring about positive outcomes in less time, not more. Reader after reader has told us that when they made the conscious shift from a me focus to an other focus in their lives, dramatic and sometimes immediate results followed. When Ernesto says you just give and you don't think about the results, isn't that naive? I mean, how can you not think about the results? Well, we all are human, which means we're all driven by self-interest. And we're not saying you should change that even if you could, which you can't. What we're suggesting is that you simply set your self-interest to the side. We do something like this every time we watch a film. We know it's only a movie, but in order to enjoy the story, we willingly suspend our disbelief. We still know that what's up on the screen isn't really happening, but by setting that knowledge temporarily to the side, we allow ourselves to feel the full emotional impact of the experience. As a go-giver, you do something quite similar, only in this case, you willingly suspend your self-interest. You don't deny it, suppress it, or try to eliminate it. You just defer it for the moment, which allows you to focus fully on the other person. The picture you paint of the path to success seems awfully simple. Isn't there a good deal more to it in real life? Yes and no. Yes, things are greatly simplified here in order to tell the story. This is a parable, after all, not novel. Still, the success won by the characters in these pages is not necessarily as simple as it might seem. The catalyst that brought Deborah Davenport's career to life was her authenticity, but that came only after decades of her life experience and a solid year of focus, difficult, full-time effort. Same with Ernesto. Yes, he gave people an unforgivable dining experience, but that also included developing excellent kitchen and leadership skills. Are you saying that you need to do is give, and give, eventually you'll receive, like magic? Being a go-giver doesn't prelude dictated effort and a sound business plan, and it doesn't mean simply doing random good deeds and expecting to be rewarded for them. Helping an elderly woman cross the street is a great thing to do, but it's not a business strategy. The Quakers have a wonderful saying, when you pray, move your feet. Both Ernesto and Nicole started out with very practical business models that they worked hard at, selling hot dogs, designing and marketing software. So did Sam develop an insurance clientele? Deborah selling houses, and Claire marketing her graphic design and advertising services? The 5 laws aren't magic. Genuine success still takes work, but it becomes work you love. Am I the only one who has a tough time with the law of receptivity? You are definitely not alone. A lot of readers have told us that they felt an uneasy affinity with the first 4 laws, but found staying open to receiving challenge and uncomfortable. I'm still working on that last law. Is something we've heard again and again. Yes, it's so crucial. The 5 laws are like 4 fingers and a thumb. Trying to implement the first 4 principles without practicing the 5th is like trying to use the tool with just your fingers and no thumb. Try it sometime with a hammer, pin, or needle and thread. Many of us have learned to view giving and receiving, altruism and self-interest, as 2 conflicting and inherently contradictory states. But one can't operate effectively without the other, just like inhaling and exhaling. As Joe says, if you don't let yourself receive, you shut down the flow. A great way to practice the law of reciprocity is the next time someone pays you a compliment, instead of getting all embarrassed and denying it or saying, oh, it's nothing, just receive it. Smile, say thank you, and notice how you feel as you receive it. Doesn't it say in the Bible that it's better to give than to receive? While Bob's background is Jewish and John's is Christian, we both share a deep respect for all faith traditions. As we get this question so often, we thought it might be helpful to have John address this one specifically. Actually, the Bible doesn't say that. What it says in Acts of the Apostles is that it is more blessed to give than to receive. The Greek word makarios, blessed, which is the same word used in the 8 Beatitudes. Blessed are the meek, blessed are the merciful, blessed are the peacemakers, and Gratara carries this message, fortunate, rewarded, prosperous, rich, happy. In other words, when you focus on giving, you end up more abundantly rewarded than if you had focused on receiving. At its root, makarios, which is M-A-K-A-R-I-O-S, means grow larger, like macro. When you give, you become a bigger person in every way, more successful, more influential, more fulfilled. Can you give us some examples of how people use the laws in real life? Pender tells Joe he needs to implement each law right away. the same day he learns it. We encourage our readers to do the same thing. Applying the laws needed always be a big deal. It's something you can do in little ways too, in the course of everyday life. When you set aside your own concerns for a moment and make a concentrated effort to hear them, the members of the customer's needs, goals, and values. You're applying the law of influence. Tell a friend you're sorry for a mistake you've made without excuses or defensiveness, and you're sharing the greatest gift you have to offer through the law of authenticity. One reader, Christy Hegstad, told us that after reading the book, she made a habit of doing one Go-Giver activity first thing each morning. Send a card to someone just to let her know you're thinking of her. Leave a voicemail for a colleague wishing him a great day. Mail a newspaper clipping to a local business person recently highlighted. Write an unexpected testimonial. Though there are so many meaningful ways to become a go-giver, and it's a great opportunity for each of us to change the world for the better. Do you think kids would understand the book? Is anyone teaching it in schools? Yes, and yes. We often hear from parents who have given the Go-Giver to their children to read. One of the best analyzes the book we've ever read was sent to us by a 12-year-old, Alex Hines, who concluded it in his report this way. Pender's exact age was impossible to guess, and nobody knew his last name. Do you want to know why? Because the authors purposely wanted you to see that it was a passed down philosophy for success that everyone can learn and teach. Now, I can go by Pender's laws and become a Pender myself. You go, Alex. We've also heard from quite a few educators who are using the book in their classes at every level from high school to grad school. One teacher, Randy Stelter, has been given a course on the Go-Giver to the entire graduating class at Wheeler High School in Valparaiso, Indiana, every year since it came out. In fact, we have just released the Go-Giver's curriculum guide based on Randy's work. You can find more information at the gogiver.com curriculum. Excuse me. I finished reading the Go-Giver. Is there more to the story? What else can I read about the Go-Giver way? Go-Givers Sell More is a companion volume of sorts, a user's guide to the Go-Giver sprinkled with real-life experiences of people we know to illustrate the 5 laws. While nominally about sales, it's also about life and living. The Go-Giver Leader, formerly titled It's Not About You, is another story that takes place in Pender's town, where you'll meet Claire again and learn a bit about Pender's early years. This book shows you the 5 keys to legendary leadership and what it means to be a go-giver in the context of working with others. Not only for those in traditional leadership positions, but for anyone, colleague, partner, parent, or friend. And more beyond those, it's possible. Giving is a big topic, and we suspect Pender still has a lot to say. And if you have other questions for us that we haven't answered here, by all means, share them with us. You can reach us at the www.thegogiver.com/contact. All right, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this Go-Giver book, and I hope I was able to help you just listen to it in case you didn't have time to read it, or you just wanted to listen to it again. Some people just like to listen to it over and over again. This is probably my 3rd time reading it, so I really was really thankful, grateful for this book, and just wanted to bless you just reading it for you. I know I wasn't the best at reading, probably. Hopefully I'll get better because I do plan to read more books. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time. Bye.